Welcome to my house. Buck here. Today we're going to complete the second mission at Lesni Vila Fishery. That's over in the Czech Republic. We got good looking weather here for today. It's going to give us 2 peaks in today. We'll be able to grab these little rascals right then and there. The fish species that we are going after today are the common carp, semolina balls and pedo we're going to take with us, the mere carp, semolina balls and pedo. We're going to go after the northern pike. We have small minnows in our backpack, but we're going to more than likely catch him on a casting spoon. We're going to make that attempt first. And then the last fish we're after is the tench. Bloodworms are second on the list there. Redworms work. We have all of this with us, but we're going to go ahead and fish with bloodworms for this guy. So with the gear that we're going to take with us is the ultralight. With the red and white daredevil, we'll take our flipping stick, put some dough balls on it, and we'll take our feeder stick with the bloodworms on it. So that being said, go on and get yourself a license over there, and I will meet you at the lake. Here we are. We're at the lake. We're going to be fishing at the same spot again, so we're going to spawn in at the other side. Ready? And let's run down here to our honey hole. It's not quite peak time yet, but when you're doing these missions, I suggest, I like to do it that way, is to just start off in the beginning of the day. You kind of want to have as much time as you can, so you're not pressed for time to make sure that you get these guys. Now when you're farming, and for your video's sake, we'll move along, but I'm going to go ahead and bump us up to 8 o'clock, forward our time, and let's get our bloodworms out for that tench over here in our hole. We'll start down here on this side with him. Throw him down there, put him in our second rod slot, and our float pole with our dough balls on it. We'll put him right up here, this side of the hole. Alrighty, and it shouldn't be too long. There's our first fish of the day. Honestly, the very first bite. Now it's 3:21. I did not have a single nibble in the first peak at all. And there's our common carp on a bloodworm, and we were after the tench. So that's at least one of our fish that we wanted. So let's go, we'll keep him. And we'll go back out there, see if that tench is around. But yeah, I fished the entire first peak, didn't even get a nibble. Fast forwarded to the second peak now. We're at 3:24 in the afternoon. That was my first hit of the day. So we got one. We got 3 more to go. Vigilance. We'll get them. And we got another one finally on our feeder pole. What do we have? And that's a Prussian. Not exactly one that we're looking for, but it's money. Okay, and we're going back at it. That tench is out there somewhere, and we'll get him. Got one more. Come on, bugger. He's a little one. There's our European perch. Okay, not a tench. We'll go back out. We'll go a little bit further down this way. I see some fish jumping over there. We'll try that spot right there. See if that'll produce something for us. And we got one more on our hole. Uh-oh, he's a little bit heavier. That could be our mirror carp or the tench. And it's another big common carp. All right, I need money, $82 in the bank. We'll keep him, and we'll keep trucking along. And one more. Bite rate's starting to pick up a little bit now at 552. Maybe we'll have a chance of pulling this guy in yet. And that's another common carp. And that's so funny. I was doing this mission the other day. I didn't record it, but the common carp was the one I couldn't catch. And now that's all we're getting here today. So it's like real fishing. Some days you get the bear. Sometimes the bear gets you. All right, we're back in the game, fellas. Okay, this is a good time to talk about. Let's talk about barometric pressure and fishing. Okay, because we're going to need to take a look at that right now. This is, if you look up in the top right hand corner, this is it's a sunny day, but very low pressure. Now, I want to talk a little bit. Let's pull our rods in here for a second. Let's go ahead and get, because we can't fast forward until we get our rods in. So barometric pressure, what is it and why does it affect fishing? Barometric pressure is the amount of pressure in the air on the earth. Yes, air is light, but there's particles, gas particles, atoms, gas atoms, and things like that create pressure. If you're located in a higher elevation in Colorado, let's say, the elevation's higher, the pressure is less. Why does that affect fish? Well, it affects fish because fish have a swim bladder. It's like your belly. When the pressure drops, the swim bladder gets large and distended, and the fish they're in discomfort. So they tend to swim a little more, but they go to deeper water. They go to cover to feel better. The smaller fish get affected worse than the bigger fish. But if the bait fish go to the water to relieve themselves, well, the larger fish are going to follow them because that's where they're at. So fishing in either low pressure or high pressure is okay. I mean, either way. And when you have low pressure, you're going to have a slow bite rate. You're going to have the fish in deep water and in cover. And that's going to be normally anything under 29.6 is considered low barometric pressure. Normal, they say, is 29.7 to 30.4. Normal, that would be your normal fishing. Now, you can catch fish in either one, high pressure or low pressure, and it's about the same. Low pressure is a little worse. You've got to change your techniques. You've got to go deep. The bite rate is lower. Now, when to fish? When the barometric pressure is in the process of changing, either going up or coming down. That's the prime time to hit fish. So let's put this guy away here. We'll bring our last rod in. Let's go take a look at this barometric pressure in our weather forecast. If we pull our map open and go to our map, we can pull out our weather forecast and see. This was the first day that we're fishing, and the pressure was low, and it was consistently low throughout the day. It's still low right now, and we started low. Now, if we look at the nighttime coming up, the pressure goes high. So at some point between here, where we're at right now, and the evening, that pressure is going to change. That's when we want to hit them. It may be this first slope right here that the barometric pressure starts going up, or maybe it hits in the second phase that it starts going up. Now, night fishing's a little tough to do. For video purposes, it's hard to see where I'm throwing or to see where I'm pointing out. So even though this is going to be a time to fish, and if you're out there, fish that nighttime, because that's when it's going to change. Now we'll look from the nighttime to the following morning. Aha, it changes again. But does it change immediately in the morning or not? So we see a change here between there and there. So there's a better chance, shiny day. It's still low pressure, but in the morning we're going to catch this on a change. Hopefully that's right where it's changing. Again, it stays pretty consistent throughout the night, so this isn't going to be much better for fishing. However, we go from low at 5 a.m. to high for day 3. This is going to be a good day to fish. The pressure is changing. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and fast forward. We're not going to go to the night and try to catch this. It's too tough to see. So I'm going to get us over to the very next day, next one back here. And hit our T key, and we just want to go to the next morning. And it costs us $20 to extend. And at this point, this is where it's going to sell your fish for you because the day is over. And it'll empty out your fish net, tell you what XP you earned for that day. This was a very bad day. We didn't catch much fish at all. But that happens when you're fishing. Alrighty, so now we got a new day. It's the barometer is very low, so it has changed. It went from a nighttime, went to night, and it's very low now. So let's hope that we'll throw this back out there and hope we have a little more fish activity for this day. We'll get that guy out with our pedo on it. We'll get our feeder rod out with our bloodworms. We're still trying to find that tench, so we'll go from there. Alrighty, guys. Sticks are loaded. Weapons are in the water. Let's get ourselves some fish. Alright, we picked up the mirror carp. I'm going to figure out why every time I unpause my machine it does this. But we've got the mirror carp at 6:48, day 3. I had to fast forward to day 3. And as I explained earlier, it seemed to be that was going to be the transition. So we're just getting started. It's 6:49. We've got the mirror carp. So hopefully we'll snatch up the last 2 here real quick. So let's get back. I'm throwing out a little bit further past this original first hole. And as I explained before, there's that second hole out there. And that's where I just caught the mirror carp. So right now we need the tench and the northern pike. Let's get that tench. So we got our tench, small 1.253 pound, but that's all we needed. And we'll keep him. So that takes care of all the fish except for the northern pike. So we got our tench out of the way. So let's put this stuff away here. And we'll see if we can get ourselves that northern pike real fast. I'm going to leave one of the poles sitting out there just to make some money. If we do get anything, bite's running awfully slow though. Alright, let's pull our ultra. Oh, we did get one more. Let's see what that is. And a big old European perch. Oh, well, since we got our pole in, we might as well push him away. And we should be able to pick this pike up right through here in front of that grass. We're going to throw out here. Going to let the lure hit the bottom. There we go. And I'm just doing a very slow twitching, and hopefully That's our boy. Voila! Mission complete. So, I want to thank you all for fishing with Uncle Buck. Hope this helped you out a little bit with getting that second mission done. We'll see you later, fishing with Buck.
Listen to the southbound breeze just creeping through the trees and the creak of the weather vane. Sitting in my lawn chair, sending up a little prayer. I need some answers tonight. Turn my troubles down low, Lord, soothe my soul. One more